FTV, what's your first name?
Belal. What?
Belal Muhammad is taking on Gabriel Bonfim in this weekend's UFC card. Now, in my opinion, Gabriel Bonfim is a really talented fighter, but he does have a serious hole in his game. I think you guys have seen this as well, but just in case you haven't, I'm just gonna explain why I think Gabriel Bonfim might lose this fight to Belal Muhammad, but more on that later in this video. But first, I'm gonna be breaking down the entire card, starting with the early prelims and ending with the main event. So everybody please stay tuned and let's break this shit down. Also, ladies and gentlemen, 99.7 of you are not subscribed, so if you enjoy MMA content, why not hit me with a subscribe? I love seeing this channel growing every single day. Lots of new subscribers, lots of new comments. So everybody, if you enjoy MMA content, why not hit me with a subscribe? Leave a comment. What do you think about my predictions on this UFC Apex card? And let's get right into the video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, up first we got Ketlen Souza versus Ariane Carnelossi. Now, in my opinion, this should be a much closer fight than the odds say. The odds say that Ketlen Souza is a heavy favorite, but I just do not see it. I think this is quite of a 50-50 fight. Ketlen Souza, Ariane Carnelossi, both are like middle of the pack women's strawweight fighters. I'm gonna go with Ariane just because I think the odds are quite fucked up in this fight. It should be a 50-50 fight in my opinion, but I do hate predicting women fights. It's like watching women football. I don't really fucking do it, so take my fucking opinion with a grain of salt, but I'm gonna go with Ariane for this fight. Anyways, moving on, we got another woman fight. We got Jeisla Chaves versus Yuneisy Duben. Now, I would be lying if I told you guys that I have seen Jeisla fight before. I'm just gonna go with Jeisla Chaves just because she has the better record and she is bigger than her. But yeah, if you guys know me, then you guys know that I hate watching women's sports. It doesn't matter if it's fighting, if it's football, if it's volleyball. I simply just could not give a fuck about this fight. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with Jeisla Chaves just because she's bigger and she has a perfect record. And Duben, as much as I've seen of her in the UFC, she is really not that good. So I'm gonna go with Jeisla Chaves. Anyways, moving on to another fight, we got Jordan Leavitt versus Joanderson Brito. Now, Jordan Leavitt is such a hit or miss fighter in my opinion. Some fights, Jordan Leavitt is just a fucking beast. Jordan Leavitt sometimes surprises me heavy with the fights he's having. Now, I'm gonna go with Joanderson Brito just because I think his recent form has been better than Jordan Leavitt's. The losses that Joanderson Brito has had are not that bad compared to Jordan Leavitt. Jordan Leavitt has lost to like, who was that skinny fucking nerd? Chase Hooper. Don't get me wrong, Jordan Leavitt is kind of a weight bully himself, but Joanderson Brito is just, in my opinion, that much more of a dog and that much more better than Jordan Leavitt. So I think that really Joanderson Brito can get this one done. Now, I'd say that Joanderson Brito is a little bit of a favorite as well, and I really do agree with those odds. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Joanderson Brito winning this fight. Anyways, moving on, we got another woman fight. We got Priscila Cachoeira versus Chelsea as Chandler. Now, I'm not going to go deep into this fight. I'm just going to go with Chandler. Her losses are not that bad, and her recent form has been better. So I'm going to go with Chelsea Chandler. I'm not going to break this fight down because I hate discussing women fights. And do not leave your comments on the women fights as well, because I simply do not give a fuck. Anyways, moving on to interesting matchup, which is Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. Now, Bruno Silva is actually such a fucking dog fighter. Not like dog as in bad, but as in he has heart. He really does have heart. And he went to a split decision, lost against who was that tall fucking guy? Charles Johnson. He went to a split decision loss against Charles Johnson, and in my opinion, he really did win that fight. And now he's going up against Edgar Chairez. Now, still, Bruno Silva is the much smaller guy, but Charles Johnson is a fucking unit in the flyweight division. He is almost 6 foot. This guy's 5'4", and he went to a split decision against him. Edgar Chairez is really not that good. He has not shown anything like special in the UFC thus far. I think Bruno Silva is just gonna smoke Edgar Chairez in this fight. Even though Edgar Chairez is the bigger guy, I do not think he will win this fight. Now, moving on, we got Mcghee versus Yannis. Now, this is a really easy fight to predict, in my opinion. Mcghee last fight fought against Petr Yan. Petr Yan kind of did really steamroll him, but Mcghee stayed in the fight. He was still dangerous all 15 minutes of that fight, and that's why I'm gonna go with Mcghee. I think he made some improvements, and I think he can be a danger in the bantamweight division. Yannis is not that good. He's 10-4. His 4 losses are not against good opposition as well, so Mcghee is really the safe pick in this fight. So moving on, we got Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. Now, I'm gonna go with Alessandro Costa. Schnell, this is probably his last fight in the UFC, which is kind of sad to see. Schnell probably has a lot of injuries under his belt. He is not the same Schnell that we've seen seen. There is something different about this guy, and it's all been downhill from like 5 fights ago for Matt Schnell. I think this is his last fight. After this fight, he's gonna get cut from the UFC. Even though Matt Schnell is that much bigger than Alessandro Costa, I do not see him winning this fight. He is that much slower, that much older, and I mean, it is what it is. I got Alessandro Costa winning this fight. Now moving on, we got Ivo Baraniewski versus Junior Tafa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hear me out. This fight might be closer than anybody thinks. Now, Ivo Baraniewski is a brawler fighter. He likes to get in your face. He likes to start a fist fight, and he usually comes out in the winning side of that. But now the problem is that you simply just cannot do that against Junior Tafa. We've seen Junior Tafa slime out people so bad. If they choose and stand to fight with Junior Tafa, this might go really, really bad for Ivo Baraniewski. If he does not take Junior Tafa down, Junior Tafa obviously has a really big weakness in the grappling. If Ivo Baraniewski chooses to stand in front of him and bang it out, I think Junior Tafa is going to win this fight. If Ivo Baraniewski chooses to fight as a brawler fighter against Junior Tafa is going to knock him out. This is my underdog pick of the card. I'm going to go with Junior Tafa just because I think Ivo Baraniewski will not take Junior Tafa down, and he will start a fist fight with this guy, and he will get slimed out. This guy was in trouble against Arslan. He was in trouble in that fight. He got rocked as well, and if he takes a punch like that from Junior Tafa, he will go down and he will stay down. So I'm going to go with Junior Tafa. If Ivo Baraniewski goes in there with a grappling game plan, he will win this fight, but if he chooses to fight as he usually does as a brawler fighter, I think he can get knocked out, and that's probably what's going to happen if he chooses to do so. So this is my underdog pick of the card. I'm going to go with Junior Tafa. It is extremely sad that his brother is not fighting on the same card, because I'm used to seeing the Tafa brothers fight on the same card, and I really do fucking enjoy it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to leave your comments down below. What do you think about this fight? Do you guys agree with me that Junior Tafa has a really, really big chance in knocking out Ivo Baraniewski, or am I just fucking delusional? Anyways, moving on, we got Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. Now, ladies and gentlemen, usually I will go with Santiago Luna because I think Santiago Luna is a really, really talented prospect. The but is that it's happening in the UFC Apex Octagon. If you guys know, the UFC Apex Octagon is smaller than the ones that they use in the arena, and I think that really, really benefits the grapplers. And Bryce Mitchell is a grappler. He is a really strong grappler as well. In my opinion, if this was the arena Octagon, I think Santiago Luna can just like move his feet more and out-circle Bryce Mitchell and find the shots. But since it is a UFC Apex card, I got Bryce Mitchell winning this fight, and I think he can now grapple Santiago Luna. I think he can hold him down for 3 rounds and get the decision victory. So moving on, we got Farez versus Tom Nolan. Now, this is a pretty straightforward fight to predict. I'm really impressed with Farez, to be honest. This guy manages to improve every single fight that he's had. I've seen his previous fights, all of them, and every single time this guy looks way better than the last time. I doubt he will lose to Tom Nolan, so I'm just gonna go with Farez, and I'm pretty confident in Farez winning this fight as well. So moving on, we got Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian. Now, I'm not sure what the UFC is doing with Brendan Allen. You fight Marvin Vettori, Reiner de Ritter, and then you fight Edmund Shabazian. Yeah, Brendan Allen is also a fighter who improves every single time we've seen him in the octagon, and this should be a really easy fight for Brendan Allen. Yeah, it should be quite easy for Brendan Allen, especially since it's in the UFC Apex card, which is a smaller octagon that is in the arena events, which benefits the grapplers, as I said before. So I think Brendan Allen can easily out-grapple Edmund Shabazian and get the victory on this one. Now, moving on to the main event, we got Belal, remember the name Muhammad, versus Gabriel Bonfim. Now, I'm not really sure what the fuck's up with Belal Muhammad. Why the fuck does he want to show his Canelo hands against strikers when it obviously isn't working? So yeah, if Belal Muhammad chooses not to show his Canelo hands against Gabriel Bonfim, I think this will be a really easy night in the office for Belal Muhammad. I think he can take him down. I think he can hold him down. And if Gabriel Bonfim does get up, he's going to use so much energy that he's going to be so gassed in this fight. And you got to remember that this is 5 rounds as well, so he might be fucked in the later rounds. So yeah, if Belal Muhammad chooses not to use his Canelo hands and tries to take him down, I think he can get the victory on this one. And also, that's why I think the odds are quite correct. I think Gabriel Bonfim is going to have a gas tank issue once more. I think Belal Muhammad can just outdog Gabriel Bonfim in this fight, and that's going to be it. I think this is going to be a decision victory for Belal Muhammad. It's going to go 5 rounds. Gabriel Bonfim is a little bit of a quitter as well, so I think he might like give up and get like ground and pounded out at one point. and it would not surprise me. Also, one more thing, if Belal Muhammad chooses to show his Canelo hands once more against Gabriel Bonfim, he's going to get knocked out. Do not get me wrong. Gabriel Bonfim is a really talented striker. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this card. Let me know what do you think about Gabriel Bonfim versus Belal Muhammad. Who do you got winning? Who do you got losing? Also, let me know about the Junior Tafa fight as well. Do you think Junior Tafa can knock out Ivo Baraniewski? I sure do think so, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.